It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Will you be mine? Won't you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? That's probably too close. Um, ah, I gotta fix this thing. Ain't nobody watching yet. Ain't nobody on. I'm good. Excuse me. I'm getting my angles together. This a little action adventure right here. I don't know if I need that light. Do I need that light? Yeah, I need that light. Anyway, I'm here. I was reading an interesting article. Hello to everybody coming through. Shout out to the replay gang. I know you didn't expect to see me today, but I was reading this Cosmo magazine article, and I found it interesting. I don't know if you see what it says there. You know, maybe you can see it if it goes the other way. The Cosmo magazine article was talking about how hard are you faking it on social. Readers get real about how often they facetune, embellish, or straight up lie, just for fun. It says one of the first questions is how many shots do you need to get the right pick you're happy with? 51% says however many I can get away with in one span of a minute. Any longer is awkward. 40% says putting a number on it minimizes my process and my art. 9% says maybe 2 or 3, definitely fewer than that. So that's one thing. And then the next question says, be honest, how many photo editing apps are on your phone? 64% said 2 or 5, 2 to 5. 2% says I've forgotten what I look like without them. 34% says 1, and I'm counting Instagram. That's interesting. The next question is, what's the most likely reason you've ever deleted a photo? 50% said I no longer need 10 pictures of coffee with the toaster, filter, and a border. 16% says I don't want my boss to see it. 24% says it didn't get enough likes and we'll never speak about it again. Thanks. What does it say? It says also another question says, have you ever posted an undisclosed lettergram while you're actually eating takeout on the couch? 51% says once or twice. 23% says never. 26% says all the effing time. LOM. Laughing out loud. Another question says, so how long does it take you to crank out a caption? 45% says 30 seconds. The other says, I just don't want to get the photo out there ASAP. 39% says however long it takes my trusted counsel, best friend to give me feedback. 16% says I know that the captions I post a pic, they're saved in a note, easy to copy and paste. And the last question, it says, the world is ending and you have one way to save humanity is putting your Facetune abilities to the test. Are you willing to do that, dying or not? 40% says, we died 10 seconds ago. Don't look too close. Sidewalk lawns are in trouble. And 19% says I can turn a bulldog into a French bulldog with fewer than 6 seconds. Anyway, forgive me for all that. This had me thinking about just, how much people do fake it on social media as I get another call. I don't know who this call is from. Let me see. Hello? I'm gonna let you see what I...
You've been selected to receive a low-cost plan with high benefits. Due to our numerous attempts to reach you with no success, your eligibility will be revoked if we do not hear from you in the next 48 hours, and you will no longer be offered this plan during this enrollment period. Press 5 to be transferred to an agent. If you would like to decline this offer and be removed, please press 8. Please enter now.
Press 8.
Request to be removed from our call list will be fulfilled immediately.
Yeah, okay. They're going to call me back again. But anyway, enough of that whole big deal. The reason I even take the time to read this is because it had me thinking, how hard do people fake it on social media? How hard would you fake it? How hard would I fake it on social media? Hold on, let me get a sip of tea. I guess we get on here and we try to appear to be something that we're not. Trying to impress people who may not really care. It's an interesting situation. So I guess like faking it online, because people want to put their best foot forward. Sometimes you don't want to show the ugly scars, or you want to set up the right filter or the right image and have the right photos on Instagram and have the right look on Facebook, or the right setting on Twitter, whatever social media you're on, however that goes. Like I said, maybe this is something you can relate to, maybe this is something you can't. I know there's a lot of people that feel the pressure to be something that they maybe not. There's a lot of people out there who feel like, you know what, I have to present myself in a certain way because, it appeals to a certain demographic, a certain audience, especially if you get corporate sponsors or you get a check and now there's responsibilities, or you got family members you're taking care of, or you got different things, a lifestyle that you want to upkeep and uphold. It becomes something, but like I said, how important is it? Like I said, I guess, how much do you fake it out there? Do any of you fake it out there? Maybe you don't. Maybe you keeping it all the way 100. Maybe you keeping it all authentic, all real, all the time. And good for you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I just think the thing is, when you take it too far, when you push it to the point where you lose yourself in this whole online landscape, you fake it to the point where, you don't recognize who you are anymore. Because like I said, one of my friends asked me a real question one time. They said, is the Mel thing a character that you're playing, or is it that really you, or whatnot? And I had to really think about that. Is the whole, Mel on YouTube or whatever, is it really me, or is it just a character that I'm playing? Is this something that I'm doing? Is a fakeness to it? Is this a facade? I'm dead inside, but all my videos are cheerful. My page on YouTube is a lie. Hey, Llama Monster, why not? Go with that. At least you're being real about it. I don't know. I think we all, to some extent, put on a persona, put on some type of front. And I hate to say it like that. Sometimes, you do put on some type of face when you're online, when you're doing this thing. I don't think everybody is always 100% real online all the time. I would love to believe that I'm the authentic self or whatever the case. And sometimes maybe you're playing a character, for the benefit of your video, or maybe you're getting into a certain mode, or you're trying to transmit a certain message, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. But like I said, I asked the question, how do you feel about faking it online? Do you feel, that, you fake it to the point where, you barely recognize yourself, like I said, or, how do you feel about others faking it online? How do you feel about other people presenting themselves in a certain way? Because there's nothing wrong, I believe, in dressing up and putting together a certain show or presenting yourself in a certain way. Just as long as you're being honest with the people about what you're doing, about how you're putting yourself out there, I don't think it should be, that much of a problem. I think when is you can't be real about the everyday, day-to-day stuff, when everything has to be a filter, everything has to be makeup, everything has to be a show, everything has to be staged. Now, if you're a performer, go out there and do your thing, make it happen, make it work. I ain't mad at you. Like I said, I look at it because sometimes we blur the lines. Sometimes we put a lot of pressure on ourselves, especially for the youth, the young ones out there, the Instagram models of the world, that are trying to, put themselves out there in a certain way where they're trying to maybe be discovered, or, maybe you're trying to get that contract, you want to be a Ford model, or maybe you want to be in one of the fashion houses, or maybe you want to become Insta famous or something like that. And I had an article on that too, being broke and famous on Instagram. I actually know a couple of people, or know of a couple of people, I can say no names, who are broke and famous on Instagram. Shout outs to you. You know who you are. We ain't gonna get into all that. Some of you may be watching, some of you may just left at the live stream. It's all good. I don't know, but the reason I came on is, like I said, because I'm not gonna talk too long on this, is just because I found it an interesting thing when, when they asked the question in the Cosmo magazine, basically, how hard are you faking it on social media? And some people may feel like they're not faking it hard at all. Some people may feel like they're not going anywhere with it. And it is just something that just came to my mind. Like I said, I believe, we all have some degree of a facade that we put up, some degree of, of a front that's there, because sometimes you want to protect yourself. Sometimes you may not want people to see all the negativity, all the scars, all the things about you that they don't really need to see. Because just like with me, there's certain things that you don't need to know. Just like with you, anybody watching or anybody sees this in a replay, there's certain things that I may not need to know about you. There's some things you want to keep private and personal. There's some things that you want to keep intimate, that need to remain private, so that's where that comes from. But I guess the question I ask is, how much is too much? When does it become a part where, you're just being excessive about it? When does it become a situation where you say, you know what, maybe this is a little bit too much. Maybe, I'm taking this a little too seriously, because sometimes I think people with the social media stuff take it a little bit too serious. I don't know you. You're right. I don't know you, fat boy. I really don't. Who knows anybody on social media? But it makes it an interesting point when, we fake it. So you already don't know who people are on social media. And then there's people faking it and presenting a picture, an imitation of life, or a facade. Because a lot of these things, that to quote a Grim Reaper, out there, a lot of stuff out here ain't real. A lot of this stuff here is fake. A lot of people are putting up facades. A lot of people are putting up an appearance. A lot of people are showing you what they want you to see. Just like with me, I'm showing you what I want you to see from an angle, from an area, from a way of speaking and stuff like that. How old am I? 38. I'm 38. I'm a beautiful black 38-year-old man. But that's beside the point. I guess age is another thing too. Some people want to hide their age online. Some people want to hide their flaws. Some people, don't see the use in actually presenting their truest self. When I come here, I try to present my truest self. Whenever I'm out, unless I'm playing a character or doing whatever it is that I'm doing for whatever reason. So like I said, it's just something interesting. Maybe it don't matter to you folks. Maybe it's okay. Like I said, it is online. It isn't that serious. A lot of times, what does it matter? Read that again. Okay, read that again. What does it say? What was it? I got to get back to my options. What's up, Crimson Fantasy? How am I? Okay, I thought you said how old am I? Yeah, no. I'm all right, fat boy. Thank you for asking that. I'm chilling. What's up, Crimson Fantasy? This is just me coming here. I just wanted to actually get out here, see what's going on. Some man is the first in the month. Yeah, wake up, get up. It's the first of the month. Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate the folks that give me the thumbs up. I appreciate this. I'm just coming to you now because I wanted to get out there and just speak to you folks. I haven't spoken to you on a live stream in a little bit, so I said, why not? And I was just thinking about it. Like I said, does it matter to you folks out there? What's going on catfishing, the TV news yesterday? Yeah, that's crazy. I got to check that out. Not much finished, very relaxing, and seeing you live. Yeah, thanks, Crimson Fantasy. I thank you for coming through. Appreciate it. I'm just really asking the question, how hard are you faking it on social media like they're saying it? Are you faking it at all? Do you care about people faking it on social media? Is that a thing? Do people care about authenticity anymore? I guess that's the thing about this live stream. Does authenticity matter anymore? Does it matter how real you are online, or is it okay? Is it okay to just be a character? Is it okay to be fake? Is it okay to just put on a front? Is it okay to just not be your truest self, as long as you achieve the hits, as long as you get what you need? Maybe 38, but red at 58. Interesting. Okay, nothing wrong with that, fat boy. Appreciate you for that. As long as you're not hurting anyone, it's there. Stick to well, I don't know. I guess maybe if you're being realistic with the people and whatnot, yes, it's fine to be fake if your ambitions are met. That's interesting. So you're saying that it's okay as long as you're not hurting anybody, and you're saying it's okay as long as your ambitions are met. So, but still, you're deceiving the people. You're tricking the culture. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe this is something that people don't care about. But like I said, people leave their thoughts and stuff like that about it. It's just something that just crossed my mind. It's something I thought about. I was like, does it matter? I just think it's a problem when people are faking it on social media, when you're not able to be yourself, or you're being teased for being yourself, and it's something you feel like you can't be comfortable in your own skin. People get judged enough in real life, and then you get judged, on social media. So, that's one of the things that happens as well, because it's a rough world. People are judgmental, so that's what happens. But at the end of the day, you should be real to your subs. Yeah, but then that's another thing, Crimson Fantasy. What if me being real to my subs is not going to get me the numbers? What if me being real to my sub is going to keep me, in obscurity and mediocrity? Some people do it because, hey, maybe I could get that check. I could secure that bag. I could put myself in a good way, to the point where I could level up and whatnot and become, rich and famous, even if I'm a pariah, I'm not saying you should do it, Crimson Fantasy, but like I said, people have different reasons for why they get on social media and they may fake it, because maybe they're not happy with themselves, respect on or off social media. Yeah, no, respect is important whether you on or off social media, but some people have different reasons for why they do it. Some people get online, and one of the things I've learned, many years ago, some of you probably know, is that, you get to become somebody else. Yeah, people want the easy way to fame. Some people do, but some people just want to become somebody else. let's say you're somebody who has a disability, or somebody who's socially awkward, or somebody who was teased for being gay, or teased for being a nerd, or came from a poor background, and you get a chance to get on social media and you become a social butterfly, and you could reinvent yourself and become somebody different. That can be addictive itself. I think faking it online is a problem when you begin to hate who you are in real life. I have 1,700 followers in the same. Let me see what you said. Sorry about that. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me. I'm going through this. What did you say, Llama? I have 1,700 followers and the same 20 or so comments on my videos. Listen, Llama. I know to say it, but Llama, you're not faking it and trying to be somebody else. I don't like it when my ex faked it. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm gonna leave that one alone, Crimson Fantasy. You can have that one, to yourself. I don't even know what that means. You could be faking it in a lot of different ways. But that was funny. That was funny. That's for another time. But yeah, Lava Monster, you're not pretending to be somebody else. You're not pretending to be somebody you're not. Like I said, I don't know if this is a relevant conversation to you. I just thought it was interesting to me about people faking it online, and one of the reasons why they fake it. This is just questions I'm asking you folks. If some of you feel like watching this in a replay that you want to answer some of these questions, any questions that I ask, feel free to put it in the comment section below or answer it now. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. But it's just kind of what it is. My ex used to fake it a lot. I don't care. I got my oh my God. Yeah, like I said, that's a different type of fake for another conversation for another time. Faking it in relationships, that's a whole other thing. Like I said, yeah, you guys got jokes. Well, I'm all for the jokes today. I appreciate that. Hashtag oh my. Yeah, there's definitely some faking in relationships. We'll leave it at that. Oh my. I needed a drink for that one. That's a conversation for a late night. I'm not gonna delve too deep in that conversation. That's for the night. That's for the night shift, the late shift, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? There might be some kids watching. Yeah, Carol. Yeah. There might be some kids watching. We're gonna leave that alone. Like I said, what do you do when they're faking it in the bedroom? Woo! We're covering all grounds today. Yeah, yes we are, Crimson Fantasy. We're covering all grounds today. That was funny. That was funny. I knew it was going there. I knew it was gonna go there though. Because the first person said it, then the next person came and I said, "Oh my God!" And that was the park. Yeah. I guess we know innuendos. We all know. We're all in agreement what we're talking about when it comes to that. Like I said, that's another conversation. But as for social media, I think it's a problem when you're faking it on social media when you're no longer comfortable in your own skin and you're afraid to be yourself, and who you are isn't good enough. Some people get suicidal or something like that. Some people put their whole life and their whole energy into it. I mean, I appreciate who I am on social media to the people that interact with me and stuff like that, but I guess the biggest thing is to not let this become your life, not let this to define you and who you are. Even if you have, a certain level of success, a certain level of money, fame, I guess accolades that come from this, yeah, that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that, and all of us, a lot of us would like that. But I think it becomes a problem when it becomes who you are. Even if it's a part of your identity, it should be something that you could put on, you could take off, you could turn off, you could cut off. It shouldn't have to be something that totally controls your life. And I think a lot of times people let this social media thing control their life, this artificial world, this fake world where a lot of things are not always what they seem. Sometimes you could be talking to somebody and you're talking to an avatar. You never met the person, or you think you're dealing with one person and they're not. I'll tell you a funny story. I remember when I used to be on the Yahoo chat. I'm showing my age, for anybody out there, but this is an interesting story. One of my homeboys, I was on a chat, I was talking to somebody and it was the person's name was Latex. I guess they used the name Latex or whatever. And I'm thinking this was a female, whatever, And then my homeboy was like, "No, that's a guy, that's a guy, that's a guy." And I'm like, "No, I'm going back and forth, typing and whatnot." And then lo and behold, it was a guy. And not to knock anybody that's in that type of lifestyle or whatever, sometimes if you're not really careful, you could be talking to somebody that's not who they seem to be, or, not who they may put out there to be. or you may not catch it. So, you always got to be careful. Make sure you're talking to who you're talking to. And there's other stories that I have that I won't tell that are probably funnier stories that I'll leave for another time. But you do encounter things where people are not being themselves. So faking it leads into somebody said, like they said earlier on in the conversation, getting catfished. And I think that's probably the worst type of way to fake it online is to, when you start affecting people's lives, when you start misleading people through online dating and stuff like that. That's something that definitely can become, a big issue when it's, being catfished and whatnot. There's people who get killed for, getting catfished and, they don't feel like, yeah, oh, you're not the real one. You think you're going to leave. Ain't no MTV cameras here. So, take all that off camera. But, I don't encourage that. But like I said, it's different, consequences and repercussions to, what you put out there, what you portray and stuff like that, especially if you put stuff out there that's questionable and stuff like that, Oh, that's kids in the hallway. Sorry about that. I was listening to something out in the hallway. I was making sure it's not danger, That's real life, forget the fake life. I just heard something. My spider senses was tingling for a minute. I had to stop, make sure it wasn't nobody getting attacked out there. And I think that might be for me. That might be my niece. So on that note, I appreciate you folks. I got to go deal with some real life. Thank you. Take care. Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way.